So welcome to our Hatha Flow morning. We will be starting seated today, so have any props that you might need underneath you to get a nice tall spine, and any other props nearby. So in particular, if you have your strap today or a belt or a tea towel, that's going to be very useful. And I'll meet you over on the mat. So once you get that nice tall seat, you can shift and reshift. And then we'll gather ourselves in and ground ourselves down, preparing for our practice. We initiate our practice by settling into the body and settling into the breath. You can soften your eyes or close them completely. And we just start to focus on the physical sensations, the sensations of the external environment interacting with our skin, our body, our seat on the ground, the sounds, the light, maybe even the smells around you. Tapping into this container of the body. Noticing that as we step away and become the observer, that there's so much more to us than just our parts. We notice the breath that breathes us. Notice its rate, its depth. We notice our heartbeat, the internal environment of our bodies. We even start to notice the thoughts, not as separate entities, still part of us, but just yet another part. Maybe you notice emotions, energetic flow. And still, we come back to the fact that you are the noticer. You are the observer. You are the glue that binds all these parts together. That's my theme of the week. Collecting, claiming all these parts of us as us. And finding that balance between holding them in, feeling completely ourselves, this complex tapestry of us, and going out into the world and using this self to create purpose and meaning in ourselves and others. We set the intention before we start to move within our range of motion, to check in with this body as we notice, observe, and communicate with it. And backing out when we need to, going deeper when we need to, taking a break, or getting creative. Let's open our eyes if they were closed. Inhale, reach the arms up and out. Exhale, down through the center, hands towards the heart. 2 more of those. Beautiful. Gather it all in towards that heart center. Bow towards yourself. Maybe set your own intention here. We'll get into the shoulders a little bit here. Interlace the fingers. As you exhale, press those palms out and away. Inhale, draw the arm bones in towards you and sit tall. Exhale, curl. And inhale, integrate and stack those vertebrae. 2 more of those. Really opening up the wings behind the back on the exhale. And then opening up the heart on the inhale. Beautiful. Bring those arms up to the side and into cactus arms. So the elbows are bent to 90 degrees. The fingers are alive and awake. And again, we're going to go through a flow where we draw those elbows towards each other. They may not touch. We round through the back. We draw in through the abdomen. And inhale, we open, exposing that heart. Exhale, gather everything in. Inhale, open it up. So throughout the practice, we're going to continue this breath pattern where as you're inhaling, you're gathering all those parts of yourself. And as you're exhaling, you're integrating them, you're stacking them, you're weaving them into your very root, your very core. Let's do 1 more of these. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling, drawing in. And then come back to those cactus arms. We're going to move the shoulder blades on the back body as we inhale, come into a diamond above our heads, and exhale, draw back down. We'll do 7 more of those. Just feeling those shoulder blades moving, feeling the muscles, all the deltoids around that joint, getting a little fatigued perhaps, just getting activated. And then underneath we feel the lats and the teres, keeping the shoulder blades on the back, and the heart is exposed. For 3 more, for 2 more, and 1. Beautiful. Stretch those arms out. We can do it. Palms up. And then we'll come into our seaweed flow, slightly bending the elbows, internally rotating one arm, externally rotating the other, and then switching, coming back and forth. Just bringing some movement into the body. What we'll do is we'll add this action of pulling in towards us, like we're gathering those pieces, all of the parts of ourselves. For two more, one more, and then come back to center. Inhale, reach up, exhale, release those arms down behind you. Come onto your fingertips. Walk them back as far as they need to be. Draw the shoulder blades on the back and just gently tilt the chin up. Expose the heart. And then we can come to hands and knees to continue our practice. 5 times we'll do some cats and cows, inhaling, opening the front body, exhaling, opening the back body, getting some movement into the vertebrae, imagining that you can move every single joint up along that spine, from the head and the neck all the way down towards the tailbone. After this last round of breath, we come to center. And now we'll be doing some bird dogs, but we're adding in both directions. So I'll show you what I mean. We stretch that left leg out behind us. Toe can stay on the ground or can come up off the ground. Optional, right arm comes out too. Now we're going to involve 2 planes of motion. As we exhale, we draw in towards the middle, knee to elbow. As we inhale, we reach out. Next time, we're going to go out to the side, bending the elbow, bending the knee laterally, and then out to the front. Exhale into the center. Inhale, reach. Exhale out to the side. Trying to keep the arm and the leg as parallel to the floor as possible. Let's do 2 more in each direction. And one last one in each direction. And hold it here. Stretch, reach out from the center of your body. And then release the hand, release the leg, and we'll go to the other side. So right leg back, either toe stays on the floor and keeps touching back there, or toe comes off the floor. Maybe the left arm can come up. We draw everything into the middle. Next exhale, we come to center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come out to the side and reach. Beautiful. Keep that breath going, gathering on the inhale and integrating into the center on the exhale. Gathering that energy. Beautiful. We have 1 more in each direction. Reach and pull. Reach and out to the side. Now reach out through the fingertips, reach out through the heel. Hold for a moment and then release the hand, release the knee and wiggle it out. Beautiful. Plant the hands, curl the toes under. Come to your first downward facing dog, lifting the hips and back, reaching those hips back, pressing up through every single fingertip, every single knuckle. Imagine the palm of your hand is a suction cup on the earth. distributing that work into the entire hand, and then letting that feed up through the arms, out through the hips, bending the knees if needed. Beautiful. Slowly start to walk into a forward fold, bending the knees as needed in this first forward fold, or bringing the floor closer to you with blocks, and just let yourself hang here. Shake the head, nod it, let the arms hang loose. For 3, for 2, for 1. Let's make our way up to standing and Tadasana, mountain pose. Feeling the change, feeling the length. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, fold again. Beautiful. So here we're going to come into a bit of a twist here. Left hand comes under the face. If you need to, bring the floor closer with a block, a book, a toilet paper roll. Right hand to the back of the pelvis. And then as we twist, we start to bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, and twist to the right. If you'd like, you can reach that right arm up. And breathe into that heart center. Exhale back to center. Right hand comes under the face. Bend that right knee. Left hand to the back of the pelvis. Twist to the left as you straighten that left leg. And then same thing, maybe the left arm comes up. And then back to center. And let's inhale, reach all the way back up. And exhale down again. So still, if you need something underneath your hands, keep it there. We're going to come into an asymmetrical forward fold here. We're going to step that left leg and cross it behind the right so that the feet almost become side to side. And then with a block or with the earth, we fold over those legs. Remember, height will always help to support the pose if those hamstrings are just super tight still. So any support that you can get to bring the floor closer or to support yourself on your legs. And then inhale, come up, step that left foot back, and then we'll step the right foot behind the left. Try to bring the feet as close as possible, and then fold on this side. And then step it back. Next inhalation, come all the way up to standing. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold again. So again, you may need something underneath your hands. If it's too far, if the floor is too far away and you have nothing for under the hands, just walk the feet back a little bit until you can touch the floor. This time we're going to do one more thing to integrate those legs into the hip sockets to warm up the hamstrings and to get us warmed up fully. Let's come up, put lots of weight onto that left foot and suck the right leg up into the hip socket as if You're just trying to raise that right foot off the floor, keep it right beside the left, and just hold there. Again, you might need some extra support. And then release it down, and the same thing goes on the left. Ground through the right foot and suck that left leg up into the hip socket. Keep the left foot at the same level, so parallel to the right, but it's just hovering off the floor. And then we're going to do that one more time, but this time add a little movement. Suck that right leg up into the hip socket. And this time start to bring it out towards the side for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then release it down and let it fall. Suck that left foot up. Whole leg is hovering off the floor. And then we'll bring it to the side and hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. And release that. Beautiful. Come all the way up to standing. Reach. And exhale, fold. Hands to shins or thighs. Look up halfway, lengthen. And exhale, fingertips to the earth. Step the left leg back behind you and bring that left knee to the earth, to a cushion, or to a folded blanket, or your folded mat. Beautiful. Melt into that stretch. And then walk that left hand to the left. Take the right arm onto that right leg. Just come to a little twist here. Look over that right shoulder. Maybe you reach the right arm up. And then come back to center. We're doing something a little different here. We're going to press ourselves up on that right knee and swing the left leg behind us, keeping that right knee pressing out towards the right, but facing the left with the body. So it's almost like a warrior two pose, but with that back knee on the ground. We're going to bend into that right knee. Just saying good morning. Hello to those hips. And then straighten that right leg. Keep the foot on the floor. And we come into gate pose to get the side body. Reach down that right leg, maybe up and over with the left arm. And inhale all the way back up. Take that left hand towards the floor. Come into a modified side plank. Reach up with the right arm. Feel the stretch through the side body. And now we're going to pick up that right leg off the floor and hold it here. Hug everything into the center for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Release that right foot. Come all the way back up. Spin to the front of the mat. Plant the hands and plank pose. Something a little different today. Getting all the planes of the body, reaching out in every direction, and then hugging back in. Hold our plank, whether it's on knees and elbows, hands and feet, or any between. And then we'll come into shoulder flow. Drop the knees. 4 times we exhale, draw the hips back. Inhale, drag the nose forward, elbows up to the side, hips high, and press that up. 3 more. Last one. And make your way down onto your abdomen. We're going to reach the hands back behind us, palms facing up, and chest only lifts. The legs are going to stay grounded, the tops of the feet grounded. We're going to inhale, reach the chest up, reach those fingertips back, and exhale down. 3 more. Inhale, and down. And last one, hold it up there. And now we're going to wiggle a little side to side. Reach the right hand back and then the left. Stay with that high chest for 2 more to each side. And release down. Beautiful. Curl the toes under. Come into your recovery pose. Perhaps that's downward dog. Perhaps it's child's or puppy pose. And we prepare to do the same thing on the left. Waking up every part, every plane, every level of the body, using our breath. Whenever you're ready, the left foot will step forward between the hands. Maybe it takes more than one step. Right knee down towards the earth. We walk the right hand to the right, and the left arm comes to the left leg. We lean on the right arm as we twist to the left, looking over the left shoulder. Maybe that left arm comes up. Come back to center, left elbow on the left thigh. We come up to our lunge, but this time we're going to be swinging that right leg back behind us, keeping that left knee open towards the left, and then lunging into that left leg, opening the hips up. You can use that left arm to press that knee out. Beautiful. And then straighten that left leg. Walk the left arm down, left leg gate pose. Maybe you reach the right arm a bit over. And then inhale all the way up. Right hand comes to the earth. Modified side plank. Reach up with the left arm. And then shift off of that left foot. Reach it up. Hug everything into the midline. Keep it up there for 4, 3, 2, 1. And all the way back up. Spin to the front of the mat, plant the hands, bring that back knee off the floor, and step forward to your forward fold. Beautiful. Exhale, fold. We're going to bend our knees into our first chair pose. Lots of weight in the heels. Sit those hips back. Peel the torso up off those thighs. Reach the arms out in front of you, like you're about to accept a gift. For 4 times, we exhale and draw that gift in towards our heart, but keep those arms straight. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw it in. Reach. Draw it in. 1 more. Now, keeping it there, you can either hold your chair here or pump those arms. Exhale, bring them back. Inhale, forward. Or more. Maybe a little bounce. Last one, all the way up. Stand tall, exhale, fold forward. Beautiful. Inhale, look up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant those fingertips, right leg steps back this time. So this time we'll keep that back knee off the floor. Always an option to go back to the first lunge, the lower lunge. But again, we're gonna walk that right hand to the right, left elbow to the left thigh, look over that left shoulder, twist. Maybe the left arm reaches up. And then come back to center, left elbow on the left thigh. And we spin the right heel down, coming all the way up into side angle pose. So that left elbow's right there on the left thigh, right hand on the right hip. And we're opened into a warrior two, like legs, heel to arch or heel to heel stance. Let those hips ground. Let that torso elongate. And if you'd like, you can reach the right arm up or even over the ear. Keep some space between the ear and the shoulder. For 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to take that right arm and make 4 circles in each direction here. 1, 2, 3. Get some movement. 4, and other direction. 1, 2. Keep those legs strong. 3, and 4. Nice. And then slowly, hands come back down to the mat, spin on those back toes, and step back into plank. 4 more shoulder flows. Drop the knees, exhaling back, inhaling forward. Keep those hips high as you slither forward close to the earth, and then press back up onto hands and knees. Keep that core active, ribs drawing in. The last one. And we'll make our way down to our abdomens again. Arms reach back, this time chest and legs lift off the floor into a locust prep pose. We inhale up and exhale down. 3 more. And last one, we hold up there, extending out through the top of the head and back through the tips of the toes. Draw those shoulders to the back. Come a little higher and release down. Beautiful. Recovery pose. So we'll be doing the same thing on the right side, stepping the right foot forward, coming to your high lunge, bringing the left hand out to the left, right elbow on the right thigh, and twist to the right, looking over the right shoulder. Lean onto that left hand. Maybe the right arm comes up to the sky. And then right elbow to the right thigh again. Spin the left heel down as you come into side angle pose, opening the body up towards the left. Plant those feet, all four corners of both feet, heel to arch or heel to heel alignment. Let those hips drop, but keep the legs strong. Maybe the left arm comes up, maybe over the ear. And now, 4 circles in each direction, reaching, making large circles around you with that left arm. 2. Keep those legs strong. Keep that torso long. Other direction. Keep those feet planted, arches lifting, neck and head natural, mobile. One more. Beautiful. And then spin onto those back toes and step forward to a forward fold. And fold here. Beautiful. Another chair pose, bend the knees nice and deep. Sit back into the heels. Arms come out in front of us again. And 8 times, again, we exhale, press the arms back. Inhale, reach. Maybe this time get a little lower with every exhale. 4 more. 3. Keep those ribs in. Let the breath lead. Last one. All the way up. Beautiful. Reach tall. Exhale, fold. So we're going to come back to some folded forward work here. Again, either coming onto blocks or walking those feet back until your fingertips can touch the floor. We're going to draw that right leg off the floor again, suck that right hip in. This time, we're bringing it out to the side and then the back and down. 3 more like that. Side, reach it back and down. 2 more. Keep that leg integrated into the hip by continuing to draw that heel off the ground and then release. Beautiful. Same thing on this side. We draw that left heel off the ground, but keep it beside that right foot. Feel that leg bone plug into the hip socket, all the muscles working. Draw it out to the side, back, and down. Beautiful. 3 more. Keep that right leg strong. Try to avoid swaying side to side too much. Last one. And release. Beautiful. Hands to shins or thighs. Lengthen the body. Exhale. Fingertips down. Step the left leg back behind you. Spin that left heel down. Come all the way up into 2. We're going to come into our seaweed arms. But again, this time, really working on that grabbing and pulling in action. So internally rotate the back arm, externally rotate the front arm, reach and then pull, reach and pull, reach and pull. Imagine awakening every aspect of that shoulder joint, all the muscles of the arm. Beautiful. One more. Beautiful. Reach out. Warrior 2, exalted warrior. Back hand down the back leg. Reach up and over with the front arm. Bend the front knee, strengthen the back leg. And then release the hands all the way down, plank pose. Spin on those back toes. Come to your version. Come all the way down to the earth. This time you can stay with the locust prep pose, or you can interlace the fingers behind the back of the pelvis for locust. Draw the shoulders on the back, elbows up and back. Maybe you straighten the arms as you lift the chest and the legs off the floor. And hold. Draw the shoulders on the back. Keep the head and neck an extension of the spine. Nice long curve from tailbone to head. Come a little higher. And then release down. Come into your down dog, puppy, or child's. Let's bring the left foot forward again. Spin the right heel down. Come all the way up into warrior two. Set the feet. Strengthen that back leg. Bend that front knee. And we come into our reach and pull. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Beautiful. Keep those legs nice and strong. One more. And reach those arms out. Warrior two. Back hand down the back leg. Front arm reaches up and over. Exalted warrior. And then release the hands down. Spin on those back toes. Step forward. Beautiful. This time, bring the feet together. Underneath you, bend the knees nice and deep. Into a chair pose again, hands at the heart. See if you can pull those ankle bones away from each other, but ground into those feet. Lots of weight into the heels. Maybe the arms come out front, maybe they come up. For 3. For 2, draw the ribs in. For 1. And inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fingertips down. Right leg steps back. This time we're going to come down on that right knee and get a little bit more of a hip stretch by coming into lizard, both hands to the inside edge of that left foot. You could stay here. You could start to bend the elbows and come deeper, maybe onto a block, maybe all the way to the floor. Release the head and the neck. Press yourself up. Come back to that lunge with the back knee down or up. We're going to press ourselves up into a lunge. And choose your hand position on the thigh, on the hips, at the heart, or reaching tall for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant the hands, plank pose. Come all the way down to the earth. Do your version of locust again. If you are interlacing the fingers, interlace them the unnatural way for you. And that should probably be the way you didn't do last time. Draw the shoulders in the back, lift the heart and the legs. Keep breathing. And release. Recovery pose. And then the right foot steps forward. The left knee comes down. And we come into a lizard on this side. Bending the elbows. Releasing the head and the neck. And letting that right leg bone settle into the hip socket. Breathe into the abductors, the adductors, the hip flexors, the hip extensors, all 360 degrees of that hip joint. Inhale, press up. And either with the back knee down or bringing it up off the floor, come into your lunge. Hands stay on the thigh, at the hips, at the heart, or reaching up. If the back knee is up, strengthen that back leg, bend through the front knee. For 2 more. And 1. Release the hands, step forward to the front of the mat. Bring those feet together again. Bend the knees. Come into your chair pose. Keep hands at the heart this time. See if you can separate those ankle bones. We're going to go into an eagle leg to begin with. Keeping the hands at the heart. Pick that right foot up off the floor, just like we did before. Suck it in and then cross it over the left. If you need to, the toes can be on the floor, or you can balance on the left leg, or you could even wrap those right toes around the left calf. Sit deep. Draw everything into the core. And then unravel the legs. Do whatever you need to between sides. Pick up that left foot off the floor. Cross it over the right. Toes on the floor, toes off the floor, or toes curled around the back of the right calf. Hug everything in, bend a little deeper into the knees and hips. And release that. Come all the way up to Tadasana. Stand tall, reset. So this time we're going to come back into eagle. You can use just the legs as we just did, or we can add the arms where one crosses over the other. You either hug yourself or come into eagle arms by twisting those forearms around each other, taking a hold of the forearm, wrist, or hand. So we'll come into the arms after we've set the legs. And then at the end of the pose, we're going to fly away. And so after hugging everything into the midline and gathering all of our strength, we're going to release it all, keeping that strength for ourselves, but giving out to the world as well. Bend the knees nice and deep. Take that right foot up off the floor. Balance on the left. Cross the right over the left. Toes on the floor, off the floor, or curled around the left calf. Arms reach out. Left crosses over the right, either for a hug For eagle, jump those elbows, jump the shoulders down. You may start to curl deeper into your pose, drawing it all in. Elbows towards the knees. On the next inhalation, spread the wings, spread your leg out, and exhale, release. Beautiful. Reset. Feet together, bend the knees. Pick up the left leg, cross it over the right. Toes on the ground, toes off the ground, or around the back of the calf. Arms reach out to the side, right over left. Either hug yourself or eagle arms. Maybe you start to curl deeper in towards yourself. Keep the core active. Elbows towards knees. And then next inhalation, we'll stretch those wings out, stretch the leg out, and release. Beautiful. Give it a wiggle. Tadasana. Coming back to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold and come into a child's pose, knees apart, toes together. Have something for your forehead. And settle in. Allowing yourself to melt. Every inhalation gathering all that energy, all that movement on the exhalation, letting it settle in. Inhale everything that your body has learned throughout the last 40 minutes or so. Exhale, let it settle into your body's memory. With our belts nearby, we're going to make our way onto our backs now. For our last exploration of the hips and the legs, once you get to the back, you can let the knees fall in towards each other and repose, feet hip width or wider. And just let everything settle, get used to the new position. Walk the heels in, about sit bone width apart. And then with your belt or your strap or your tie or your tea towel, loop it around that right ball of the foot, reaching that right heel up to the sky, straightening that right leg. And then for a moment, just let everything settle. Take that right leg away from you a little bit. And then as if gravity could draw your leg deeper into the hip socket. Imagine it does that. Feel both sides of the pelvis equally grounded on the earth underneath you. So you can keep that left leg bent, or you can stretch it out on the earth, as long as it doesn't sacrifice that grounding through the back of the hips and the sacrum. Release down through the shoulders as well, even if that means releasing the cinch on your belt a little bit more. And if you need more, keeping the length on the right side of the body, the torso, you can draw that right leg a little bit closer to you, but don't sacrifice the grounding through the hips. Keep that leg as straight as you can, heel pressing up to the sky, and feel everything conspiring to settle that leg into its hip socket, to put those puzzle pieces together just perfectly like so. And then we're going to take the belt into the right hand. You could always bend the right knee as well and take the knee into the right hand, and then start to draw that leg out towards the right. It is nice if you have a wall nearby, like I do here, and you can press into the wall, but you could also do it with your belt. Press into the belt and draw that leg back in, still plugging that leg into the hip socket. And then inhale up to the sky again. Take it in the left leg and then rolling onto that left hip, drawing that right leg across the body, keeping the chest open to the sky. You may even look towards the right arm. And then back to center and release that leg. Take a moment to appreciate how that right side feels and get excited for the left. Bend both knees. Take the belt or strap or tea towel around the left ball of the foot. Draw that left leg away from you and just let everything settle. And then when you're ready, you may draw it closer. You may extend that right leg along the floor. You might notice a difference between sides. Let the shoulders fall back and keep drawing that leg down into its socket. Send breath and softness to the muscles around the hip, especially the back side of the hip, the hamstrings, all of the extensors. Maybe it comes a little closer, keeping the length through the left side of the body. And then both sides of the belt or the knee come into the left hand, and we start to draw that left leg out to the left, keeping the right hip down, pressing the foot out and away, but drawing it in with your belt or a couch or a wall, whatever you have next to you. And then all the way back up, take it into the right hand, come over onto the right hip as you cross the left leg over and across the body. Chest open to the sky, and maybe gazing over that left shoulder. Inhale back up to center. Release the belt. Release the leg. And now you can appreciate both the length on both legs, both sides of the body. As you release, you may be in the perfect place for Shavasana, or you may want to do one more shape, something your body's calling before we go into final relaxation. You may want to change positions, moving yourself into any position you need for complete and total relaxation. Whatever makes you feel grounded, relaxed, safe. We come back to our breath. Inhaling and gathering, exhaling and weaving, integrating, settling. But all the lessons, all the shapes, all the mobility that your body has learned over this class, draw it in and let it nestle deep into every cell, every nook and cranny. Inhale, drawing it in. Exhale, letting it disperse, integrate, or even release. Keeping what serves you, letting go of what doesn't serve you. Holding dear those parts of you, letting go of anything that is not yours. Trust that your body knows what to do with all its levels, all its layers, all its parts, all the information we gather, the nutrients, the oxygen, the energy. With the breath, we reclaim, we disperse, we make space. stay here as long as you need. Make sure you thank yourself before you leave today for taking the time to reclaim, to reconnect, to recollect all these different layers and parts and levels, and fully appreciate and acknowledge the beautiful tapestry that is you, held together by that glowing light, the spirit, the soul, the observer. Thank you so much for joining me. The light in me nods to the light in you.